Hello guys, and welcome to another Apex Legends tier list video. And in this video I thought about making a tier list for all the guns in the game. And so we have the tiers F, E, D, C, B, A, and the Kraber. That's the best of the best. So I think we just go from the order they're laid out in. So we begin with the charge rifle. It's a good for a sniper rifle. I think it's one of the best, but snipers aren't very good in this meta, except one of course, being at the top of the list. But yeah, I think it hits for around 90 if you hit every single charge up, and still it's a sniper, so they're very far away and can easily heal up before you can do anything. Next up, Devotion, B tier, C tier. So it's really good when you get the charge up, and I think there's a hop up for it, so you can do it really quick, but it's so much ammunition you need for it, so you can't really have a R99 as a secondary weapon. You need to have like a shotgun, or maybe a sniper rifle for it, because it's really good in close range, just hip firing. But then again, you need like 300 ammunition, because when the Volt got nerfed, not a lot of people use energy ammo anymore. Next up, the Eva, A tier. It's just a spam shotgun, so it's gonna be good. You don't have to hit every single shot, 'cause you can just shoot another one like instantly. Unlike the Mastiff and Peacekeeper, where you actually have to aim a little bit. So yeah, A tier, super easy to use and deals a lot of damage. G7, it's F tier without a scope, I'd say. Then it jumps up to B tier if you have a scope on it, because it hits for 56 in the head and around 30 in the body. So if you're really good at the game, you can just 4-tap people. And yeah, so B tier. Havoc, I hate it, I can't use it, so it's F tier. Must be the game's fault, not mine. Hemlock, D tier. It's okay if you pick it up in the beginning before everyone has purple armor. Then you can do really well with it in single fire mode, of course. If you use it in burst, I think it uses too much ammo, so you run out really quick, especially in the beginning. L star, A tier. Super good on any range. Ever since they nerfed the flash when you shoot a bullet with it. So yeah, now it's one of the best guns in the game, like top 5 or top 4, something like that. But then again, energy ammo, and you need a lot of it. But with this gun I think it's more worth than with the Devotion. Longbow, D tier. It's sniper rifle, so it's not gonna be super good because it can't one hit. I think it does 55 to the body and 90 to the head, but it shoots kinda slow, but then again fast for a sniper rifle, so I think it's about as good as the charge rifle. And Spitfire in the drop, probably A tier. We can move down the L star and the Eva, so like this instead, because the Spitfire is, in my opinion, it's clearly better than those two, but it's not even close to the Kraber. So yeah, and it's in a drop, so you get the ammunition for it automatically and don't have to store it in your inventory. So that's really good. Mastiff, I think it's a bit worse than the Eva, because even if you're good at the game, you will still hit a couple of 11 damage shots, and then you can't fire for a while, and then the guy with the R9 will just laser you, and you're down in like half a second. So you really have to hit with it, and then it hits like a truck, but you can't really every time. Mozambique E tier, it's a pistol shotgun. It does okay damage in the beginning, but it scales off really quick against blue and purple armor. P20, worst gun in the game. Yeah, it's like 20 damage, and I think you have 10 bullets in it. So, but nah, you can't really use it. Peacekeeper, A tier. In my opinion, the best shotgun. just for just because you can, like when you aim down sight with it, you have like the choke slowly activating, so it has more range than any other shotgun. So you can still use it at like 15 meters without hitting for like 30. Prowler, D tier in my opinion. I can't use it. I just get so annoyed that you only have 4 bursts unless you get a better mag on it. But then if you can hit all bullets from a single burst, you do like 78, 79 damage, something like that. So if you get good with the Prowler, it jumps up to B or C or maybe even B tier. But I don't like it. R301 B tier. So I think it's the same since since the release of the game. Just no recoil, can do a lot of damage, especially if you hit the head. But not great not great at long range, not great at close range. It's just a solid gun to have as your primary, and then backing it up with an R9 or a Peacekeeper or something like that. In A tier, the R99, it's like the close range version of the R301, except it's just better, and you can use it at long range as well if you just learn to control the recoil on it. So, and both of these use light ammo, so it's really easy to come by. RE45, the best pistol of these 3 pistols, the Mozambique P2020 and RE45. Just automatic and almost deals as much damage per bullet as the P2020. But yeah, it's just easier to use, better. Sentinel, yeah, Sentinel. Again, a sniper. You can barely see it on here, but yeah, it's fun to use though, but it's not very great. It's really satisfying when you have charged it up and hit headshot. Deal a lot of damage, then just switch to your secondary weapon and finish them off real quick. Flatline. Well, it's the heavy ammunition version of the R301, but it has a better hipfire, I think, and a bit more recoil, but it hits a bit harder as well. So it's more recoil, more damage kind of thing between these two, and I probably prefer the flatline right now. But then again, both are kind of similar. Wingman, A tier. You just 45 damage in the chest and 86 in the head, I think. So it's pretty easy to just shoot once, go behind the corner, shoot again. They can barely hit you because you're super fast, even when aiming down sight with it. Exception. That's the only exception for it in this game. And the pistols, I think. Every other gun you slow down a lot when you aim down sight. So now we have 3 more drop weapons. So Alternator, B tier. It's good. It kind of feels like R301 if you ask me. But you don't have to have the ammunition on you once again. So yeah, it's a bit better. Nah, they're kind of the same, but you get it fully with all the attachments on it if you get it from a drop. So you can only get it from a drop, but you know what I mean. So yeah, it's good at Kraber. No reason. It's just one hit in the head. It's stupid, but it's fun to use when you have it. But then when there's only 2 teams left, one of your teammates gets shot in the head, and it's just game over instantly. So I think it should be removed or tweaked or something, like 199 in the head or something like that. So you can still heal and triple take C tier. I've barely used it. I always get the Kraber in the drop. I haven't seen it a lot, but I guess it's okay. Not very fun to use though. You can use it as a shotgun as well, and then it becomes kind of fun. So you can just run around with a triple take all the time. But yeah, I think this is we move down that to there, and maybe the Longbow as well, and a Peacekeeper up with the Kraber. Nah, like this I think it's pretty good list, because most of the guns in the game are usable. So, and you can always outplay people with your movement. So yeah, I think it's pretty good. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and hope you can subscribe and get a notice when I upload the next time. And bye. See ya.